I think assistant coach would be my title, with Connie sort of helping with the forwards and my sister as the head coach, so she's the boss. When I do see the end of my professional, semi-professional career in rugby, I'd love to go back and play in a grassroots side and have a go at playing fly half. So it's good to be back. So it's good to be back in a team where it's all about community, and it's massive for them.
So interesting to watch her passion for wanting other people to develop. I think, especially in this environment, she's very much wants to give all her time and effort into people. I know we get her down here and yeah, she's a volunteer. She's a volunteer like all the grassroots volunteers here, all the coaches here at the club are. She's given up her time to come down here and coach and give as much over to the girls as possible.
I think fans see me as sort of tough, aggressive. I think the way I play, it's pretty confrontational, and I think also in the last couple of years the narrative that's been played around me, I think sort of adds fuel to that fire. It was Exeter away down in Sandy Park, and we're winning. We're playing an amazing game, having an awesome first half, and we're winning. We've got all the pressure on them, and they're struggling to sort of deal with our threats and how we're playing. And we're going in at half time, and we're trying to get into our changing room. So the away changing room on the left, the home changing room on the right. The refs telling the Exeter coaches to stay where they are, not come any closer. But the Exeter coaches don't listen, run down the corridor shouting. And we go into our change room, which is on the left. And as the Exeter coach is coming round, so we walk into each other. That was like it. That was sort of the last I heard of it.
So like we were on the tube, I was scrolling, and I was like, Poppy, like look at this. And then like, we couldn't actually get onto the article to see. So we were like, I think first and foremost it was like panic, because anyone gets wrongly accused, like in the public domain, like for everyone to see it, like is really difficult. And I think what made it even harder was then her not being able to voice her opinion.
The RFU did their investigation. We had 5 statements from players, interviews with the referees, interviews with witnesses down the tunnel that completely exonerate me. There was no headbutt. Like, it's no grey area, there was no headbutt. I still had the cloud over my head, I still had the allegations, that's what people believed.
I think she was just like gutted, because I think like that's really hard to be accused of that. And I think as women, we fight so hard to like play our rugby in like a difficult space anyway, like that's a male dominated sport, where like people are paving the way so hard for us to have a big voice, that to be wrongfully accused of something like that that's then becomes so public, I think it's really difficult.
Even now, people are like, oh, what's your name? Oh, you play rugby for England, and what's your name? And they're like, oh, I'm going to Google you. And I was like, oh, please don't. I'm like, please don't. But I've won 6 Grand Slams, 4 premierships, captained my country, gone to 2 World Cups, and I'm like, please don't look at my achievements because the top ones headbutted a coach down a tunnel.
And what could I say to her? There was nothing I could say to her. It opened my eyes to so much what can be said, and so much what someone can do to damage someone's reputation, and how something can suddenly become so big. I remember I saw it and I thought, what? And next thing, there's 20 or 30 people tweeting, or then there's 50, then there's 100, and it just like snowballs. And you can sit there, and I know Poppy so well, and I know what she will and won't do. Yeah, it's not nice. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
I knew the Six Nations was my sort of last chance. I was probably the only contracted Red Rose not to play a game under John Mitchell, so I knew that I needed to play, and I needed to play well. I got named in the Scotland team and the squad, and we had our first training session as that squad playing, and then that's when I fell on Sadia's stud and had 5 stitches in my knee. And we thought it would be all right and I'd play, and then I woke up the next day and my knee was just swollen and I couldn't really move it, and then just got pulled from the game at the weekend, and I kind of knew that would be my like last chance. But you go in preparing yourself for the worst. So I've been professional now, fully professional for about 6 years. So it's basically losing your job of 6 years within 2 minutes. So it was pretty tough. And I had visions in my head, like you all plan out the future. I had visions that I'd probably go to the World Cup and then I probably would lose my contract there, whether it was me retiring or not getting it renewed. So I kind of thought I had 1 more year in me as professional, but that's, it was somebody else's choice. I just to have the opportunity. I just know how amazing that last World Cup was to be a part of, regardless of the sort of outcome. I actually rang John Mitchell to be like, look, I wanted to give you sort of a heads up with my plans. I know that you took my contract off me, but I want to let you know that my aim and my plan is to still go to the World Cup with England. And he just said, oh yeah, cool, well, can you come in for 5 weeks for pre-season? If I was to sit when I was a kid and see what I want to achieve, I've achieved it, like I've done it. So where's the next thing to go? So luckily that home World Cup, like I said before, is huge for me personally. So, and I think if I didn't make it and I don't make the team, I'll be proud that I stayed in and I gave myself the chance rather than giving up now. So yeah, this is probably therapy, but hopefully, when we do a film like this in 12 months' time, it's a happy, exciting story, and then we can write a book about it.